Open Technologies had an absolutely insane day, guys. Doing around 78% in stock price, gapping up, breaking through our price target at 642, destroying the $8 price target, and getting right around that 1120 price target. The main thing that really stemmed this type of movement was a leadership shakeup and a $40 million investment from its co-founders and backers. We had former Shopify COO and the new CEO and co-founder returning as chairman and really throwing the stock to the upside, guys. We see an incredible movement. So congrats to anybody sticking around with the channel and following along, as we had a very bullish outlook and this really exceeded expectations. Now the question here is, where do we go from here? We've gotten this insane movement. Should we expect continued movement to the upside? As we see on the monthly chart, right? We had a great movement. But from that IPO range, it does look like we have a bit of room to run. So should we expect that? Or are we looking for a bit of a retracement after such a large movement? All right, guys, kicking things off on the weekly time frame. This is where we see that insane movement to the upside. So we've gotten a lot of volatility as of recently, right? The volume has spiked up and we kind of decline a little bit. And then we see that movement up, up, and up, back with volume. And so that first initial volatile move really showed that buyer presence with the stock, a lot more attention the stock was really getting, and that leads to a big move to the upside, bit of a correction as we had a tough time getting over that $5 level for a bit of times here, as we see in the past. And we see we are in this range for about 3 years, guys, right? This is September 2022. Get that rejection off 5, test it one more time here, twice here, and 3 times here, and we finally get through that zone. So tons of energy building over time, and we see right when we break out that range, guys, we continue that movement, and good fundamentals coming in today really propelled stock up, given that we were already very volatile and lots of good things were happening with the stock. Next price target would be that 1127, given that that was holding up as a bit of resistance right here in the past on the weekly, as well as being right around that IPO range. So if this move were to continue, you'd look for that break of 1127, and past that, guys, not a ton of resistance after that, right? We're looking at micro resistances here, so nothing too set in stone, right? You'll be looking at that $15 psychological level, but really good stuff here, guys. I mean, we are seeing a incredible monster movement unfold here, and it looks like there still is a ton of room to the upside. All right, guys, on the daily, you see that we were in a very volatile profile, given the stock price really not doing much at all, right? We're super constant here, just nothing really to it. But once we got that buyer excitement and added pressure, volume spiking up here, we go from really nothing, right? 50 cents all the way to 5. Finally break that, and then we continue in a very nice narrow ascending profile, showing that overall buyer strength. We're continuing quite nicely. We see a stair step like effect, guys. This is textbook stair step kind of pattern, right? Move up, smaller pullback, move to the upside, smaller pullback, kind of getting a little pennant, break out, smaller pullback, and then a gap up, and that leads us to the incredible day that we had today. So beautiful stuff here, guys, and this really shows that the buyers are stepping in even more volatile than they were in the past. It's the most volatile price action that we've seen really ever on the stock. Definitely something that catches your eye. You know, this is not a day that happens often, a 78% day on a stock like this. So we are in a very volatile spot here. So for my long-term traders, we're in very good hands. We've had this incredible ascending profile. We've gotten this insane move today. Large investments going into the stock. So as a long-term holder, guys, if you've been holding, you can feel quite good about this, right? This is a good long-term hold, as we can see it develop into a even more volatile movement. Now, for very short-term traders, as of, oh, I'm going to buy the stock tomorrow, can it keep going? Sure. You know, this is a crazy move. And given that we broke through a couple of price targets with these guys, we could be testing that 1127. If we can break through that, you could be seeing a nice continued movement to the upside, possibly to that $15 level. But is that guaranteed? No, it's not, right? It's not guaranteed. We are entering a range we haven't tested in a very long time, and you see that in the past, guys, once we test this range, even on recent times, right, you could be seeing a little bit of a pullback. So doesn't mean we're going to be falling to the downside, but you could see the next couple of days, sellers try to make their retracement move, buyers step in, bring us even further up. Be patient with it. You could hop in, maybe get a good little position, but overall, we are in a very volatile fashion, and the big move was today. But given the positive feedback the stock has been getting and the good fundamentals, guys, we could be seeing a continued move. Just be patient on it. Takes us to the hourly. We see on the hourly chart, we get that big movement, and sellers can't step in. The entire day, we see a little bit of indecisive price action on these 2 hourly candles, but once the day starts, guys, we're really just going up. There isn't a whole lot of back and forth. We have this nice initial move. Second move, about half of what that initial first candle was. 2 hours of a little bit of indecisive price action, but then we continue nicely closing at 1052, really solidifying that nice move on the day, showing that the buyers did start well and finish well. So beautiful signs here, guys. And we're looking for that test of 1127 being our next price target. So I'll do it for today, guys. Pretty self-explanatory analysis. Once again, guys, congrats to anybody who has been following the channel who has invested in this stock. We've seen a crazy historical movement today. The question as to if we're going to continue this, I think we look good to continue. And for my long-term investors, I think we look like we're in a very good spot here. And like I said, for my short-term investors, just be patient on this one, right? We are testing this resistance at 1127. We're just under that. So keep that in mind. Can it keep going? Sure. Just keep that in mind. Be patient with the stock. Don't hop into a position that you're not willing to lose. That'll do it for me today, guys. If you guys want to see more open content and continued videos covering the stock, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know your price predictions that you guys got for open in the comments below. And as always, guys, trade smart. I'll see you all in the next one.